The City of Witches, Episode 29, Capo di Tutte Fate, Chapter 3. Lily was leading Angela, her sister, and their friends through the long marble corridors of Omiak's mansion. They were filled with guards looking for unwanted guests at every corner. The number of doors to different rooms seemed endless. "I wonder which of those are sleeping and shitting rooms," said Angelo. While Sarah and Giovanna chuckled, Lily looked at Angelo with panic in her eyes. "Don't make such stupid jokes," she said. "I don't know who else knows English here besides me." "All right, I stop," said Angelo and whispered, "Miss Paranoiac." "I heard that," said Lily. "Better listen to my sister," said Ursula. "She knows the reality of this place the best." "Okay, that actually may be good," said Angelo. "Thank you for noticing," said Lily. After a long walk, they reached a giant mahogany door with a golden letter carved into it. It resembled something between a U and an O, but only Lily knew how it was actually pronounced. "All right, we're here," said Lily. "I'll come in first and you'll follow me." "Got it," said Angelo. Lily opened the door and stepped inside. "Wait until I open," she said to the guests. The doors closed, and some unintelligible words could be heard from behind them. Very quickly they stopped, and Lily opened the door again. "Come inside," said Lily. Angelo, Sarah, Ursula, and Giovanna entered the room and saw a fairy sitting behind the desk on the other side of the room, tall and fat, grinning with teeth yellowed from smoke. They correctly assumed that he was Kanimfelli Hisha Omiak. "Amnishi miniachuya," said Omiak. "Pinka Tamlin." All the four humans stood before the fairy leader without uttering a word. Even Ursula, who remembered this or that of Munwingian language since her fear of new people kicked in. "Lilin me shikes shakatat akayan," Omiak continued. "Ikat, akkalisha mkai samina." Again, the friends couldn't understand a single word, save for Ursula. Luckily, Lily knew just how to make them from the horrors of listening to Omiak speaking the only language he cared about. "Kanimfaliu, kukemmekat hatamsha menin iln," Lily said. Omiak stopped talking and scratched his temple out of surprise. "Pin? Lili mekatamshi falsalamak?" he said to his guests, and added with a cracking voice. "No Munwingian? Only English?" "Yes, please," said Angelo. Omiak said some very curse words. He grabbed a random piece of paper from his desk and rolled it into a ball in his fist. He threw it aside and looked at Lily. "Tikensu!" Omiak shouted. Immediately after he cleared his throat, calmed down, and asked Lily to translate. "Tikensu, laksatan shimenishisha." "Ka kanimfaliu," said Lily, and turned to the guests. "I'll translate." The humans expressed their gratitude by nodding their heads. They felt it would be inappropriate to speak for some reason. Maybe they were simply too afraid. "Good. Now, where was I?" said Omiak. "Ah, right. Let's get down to business." "Now I get you," said Angelo. "Yeah, I have to admit I was getting really curious as for why you brought me here. I have to say, though, that genie kind of made a mistake," said Omiak. "I told him to send someone who knows how to speak Munwingian." "Well, said Angelo. "I told him to give me priority treatment, like a mascot of his." "Interesting of him not to think about the client," said Omiak. "Is it important to ponder about that?" asked Angelo, trying to take the conversation back on track. "You may be right," said Omiak. "Let's talk about why you are here." "I'd say it's about time," said Angelo. Omiak walked to a painting on the wall. It was a painting of a burning city, and himself standing on the ruins of some monument of a historical figure. The painter tried their best to depict the statue as a decaying corpse, and it did look disgusting. Caninfelli took the painting down and revealed a hidden safe. Inside, there was a file of documents branded with a red stamp, likely noting their confidentiality. Omiak brought the file to the table and flipped through pages before finding a photo of a strange construction. It looked like a science fiction blaster mounted on an unnamed train. Omiak grinned and chuckled at the photo. "Let me introduce you to the greatest achievement of my loyal engineers," said Omiak to Angelo, pointing at the photo. "We call it Kalinimia Anpesen, Sunset of the Gods." "Interesting name for an interesting device," said Angelo. "Isn't it? And I can tell you that the construction is even better." Omiak seemed to start explaining. "It's a shame I cannot explain how it works, military secrets, but trust me, it's the greatest magical weapon the world has seen, except those that qualify as straight-up mass destruction." No guessed like what they were hearing. Lily paid no mind for some reason. "Let me guess," said Angelo. "Something's wrong with it." "Yes, indeed," said Omiak. "You see, it appears it has been stolen, and I would really like to get it back." Angelo understood what Omiak wanted him to do. "Do you have any idea who might have stolen it?" he said. "Oh, I know it exactly," said Omiak. "An investigation we have conducted suggests that it was stolen by the people of Koti Nishvanat." "And who is that?" asked Angelo. "He used to be my ally during the Iron Coup. I gave him a territory south of mine," said Omiak. "But now it seems he would like to take control of my territory, and I would really like my toy back." "So you would like me to get this weapon back?" said Angelo. "You're a smart boy, Mr. Orwell," said Omiak. "And bring it back quickly, all right?" The humans in the room were scared of the prospect of getting involved in a fairy mafia war. Especially Angelo felt conflicted about the assignment, but said the only thing he could. "Give me a map, and I'll think what to do." Sarah and Ursula looked at Angelo with shock. Meanwhile, Omiak smiled. "Wonderful," said Omiak. "Let me explain the geography of our beautiful island to you." When Angelo and his friends left the mansion, Sarah and Ursula were still not understanding how Angelo could agree to Omiak's commission. Angelo was studying the map diligently and thinking on an action plan. "Do you really want to do it?" asked Ursula. "I think he doesn't," said Giovanna. "He just had to say he wants to so that Omiak won't get angry." "Yeah, sometimes you just have to say a convenient lie," said Angelo with his eyes still on the map. "You get used to it." That made Ursula and Sarah calm down. Indeed, Angelo wasn't someone who would perform a job like that if he had other options. And just as they all went out of the mansion, they heard Lily saying, "Hey, can I ask you to do something for me?" Angelo looked above his map and said, "Yeah, what is it?" "Could you actually get the weapon back?" That surprised everybody. They would not expect something like that from Lily of all people, especially not Ursula. From Lily's letters, Ursula saw her sister as a straight-A pacifist, so there was a great dissonance in what she heard just then. "Why would you like him to do that?" Ursula said. Lily looked around the street, and just as she made sure nobody was listening to them, she said, "I'll tell you in my house. That's not something to discuss on the street."